Hey guys, in this video I am gonna show you about age of famous martial arts celebrities. 115 martial arts celebrity comparison. Jet Li, 26 April 1963, 61-year-old. Don Yan, 27 July 1963, 61-year-old. Tony Jaa, 05 February 1976, 48-year-old. Jean-Claude Duane, 18 October 1960, 63-year-old. Chuck Norris, 10 March 1940, 84-year-old. Michael J. White, 10 November 1967, 56-year-old. Scott Atkins, 17 June 1976, 48-year-old. Yun Beo, 26 July 1957, 67-year-old. Echo US, 12 February 1983, 41-year-old. Ashley Yeoh, 06 August 1962, 62-year-old. Wesley Snipes, 31 July 1962, 62-year-old. Santiago Rock, 8 March 1957, 67-year-old. Mark DeCosus, 26 February 1964, 60-year-old. Dolph Lundgren, 3 November 1957, 66-year-old. Jason Statham, 26 July 1967, 57-year-old. Sonny Chiba, 22 January 1939, 82-year-old. Teshore Mapune, 1 April 1920, 77-year-old. Cheng Pp, 6 January 1946, 78-year-old. Gordon Liu, 22 August 1955, 69-year-old. Bolo Ying, 3 July 1946, 78-year-old. Brandon Lee, 1 February 1965, 28-year-old. Pella Free, 7 September 1960, 63-year-old. Yin Jija, 31 March 1984, 40 years old. Wencer Zhao, 10 April 1972, 52-year-old. Gena Carano, 16 April 1982, 42-year-old. Johnny Tree Nagyun, 16 January 1974, 50-year-old. Mike Shed, 30 April 1976, 49-year-old. Jeff Amada, 17 June 1955, 69-year-old. Tim Man, 22 November 1979, 44-year-old. Howard Zheng Li, 21 December 1944, 79-year-old. Lateef Crowder, 23 November 1977, 46-year-old. Colin Chow, 11 August 1967, 57-year-old. Ernie Rice Jr., 15 January 1972, 52-year-old. Karen Kushigi, 11th October 1974, 49-year-old. Richard Norton, 6 January 1950, 74-year-old. Zheng Zia, 9 February 1979, 45-year-old. Jamie Wong Yu, 28 March 1943, 79-year-old. Yoshaki Kurata, 20 March 1946, 78-year-old. Liu Carlin, 28 July 1934, 78-year-old. David Carradine, 8 December 1936, 72-year-old. Lo Meng, 23 July 1952, 72-year-old. Philip Now, 21 October 1951, 72-year-old. Alexander Fu Sheng, born on 20 October 1954, 28-year-old. Cheng Qiu Tai, 24 September 1945, 78-year-old. Runki Sanada, 12 October 1960, 63-year-old. Jason Scott Lee, 19 November 1966, 57-year-old. Rawun Shaw, 17 July 1960, 64-year-old. Ray Park, 23 August 1974, 50-year-old. Darren Shalavi, 5 August 1972, 42-year-old. Steven Seagal, 10 April 1952, 72-year-old. Liam Kelly, 5 May 1946, 67-year-old. Maggie Q, 22 May 1979, 45-year-old Tony Lang. 27 June 1962, 62-year-old Michael Dudkoff. 8 October 1954, 69-year-old John Fu. 30 October 1982, 41-year-old Chang Li. 25 May 1972, 52-year-old Randy Coucher. 22 June 1963, 61-year-old Rondi Rossi. 1 February 1987, 57-year-old Bill Super Valency. 1 December 1945, 78-year-old Gary Daniels. 9 May 1963, 61-year-old James Leo. 6 September 1952, 71-year-old Matt Mullins. 10 November 1980, 43-year-old Kenny Ravis. 2 September 1964, 59-year-old Charles Kashamasha. 17 January 1963, 61-year-old Yayan Rahim. 19 October 1968, 55-year-old Yokri Oshima. 31 December 1963, 60-year-old Toshishiro Obata. 20 October 1948, 75-year-old Andy Liu. 27 September 1961, 62-year-old Kelly Hu. 13 February 1968, 56-year-old Jane Zahan. 19 May 1974, 50-year-old Zara Paithani. 10 May 1984, 40-year-old Lina Takeda. 15 June 1991, 33-year-old Valium Lee. 22 March 1971, 53-year-old Belly Blanks. 1 September 1955, 68-year-old Tamak. 27 June 1964, 60-year-old Lucy Liu. 2 December 1968, 55-year-old Andeon. 11th May 1977, 47-year-old Takeshi Kaneshiro. 11th October 1973, 50-year-old Lauren Avedon. 30 July 1962, 62-year-old Kite Koki. 17 September 1959, 64-year-old Dan Chopin. 23 March 1981, 43-year-old Genny Level. 19 October 1932, 89-year-old Nicholas Tassi. 29 August 1980, 64-year-old Moon Lee. 14 February 1965, 59-year-old Lois Fan. 19 June 1973, 51-year-old David Cheng. 77 June 1947, 77-year-old Cynthia Han. 13 December 1968, 55-year-old Han Loong. 19 August 1946, 78-year-old Angela Mao. 20 September 1950, 73-year-old Bob Wall. 22 August 1939, 82-year-old Anna Lee and Soneto. 29 May 1966, 58-year-old Ji Han Jae. 27 October 1936, 37-year-old Joy Taslim. 23 June 1981, 43-year-old Ken Lo. 19 March 1957, 67-year-old Nathan Jones. 21 August 1969, 55-year-old Brad Foster. 2 November 1976, 47-year-olds Marco Zero. 10 June 1978, 46-year-old David Bradley. 17 April 1942, 82-year-old Fomio Dumra. 15 September 1938, 84-year-old Marco Zorer. 10 June 1978, 46-year-old David Bradley. 17 April 1942, 82-year-old Fomio Dimora. 15 September 1938, 84-year-old. Thanks for watching. If you like my channel, don't forget subscribe button or bell icon and get more informative video. Thank you so much.